Hi, I'm Darryl Johnson of One of a Kind by Design. And once again, I like to say, hey, happy Friday. Well, hey, just like I stated on last week, this year I'm going to help anyone that's looking to start an internet business. So I'm going to show you how to get started in just a minute. Okay, before I get started in this tutorial of life, I guess that's what you want to, that's what you want to call it. Actually, how to get your business started on the internet. For those of you that are just tuning in today, I'm doing a series of how to get started from A to Z. Well, in other words, how I got my business started from A to Z. Now, the great thing about this is you're not going to know about all my faux pas. Well, hopefully you won't have to experience any of my faux pas because I'm going to tell you as I go along what I did, but I'm also going to inform you things that you should not do that could actually get you in trouble or get you banned with Google, or or have people unsubscribe from your either email list or stop coming to your website. Okay, so these are things that I've learned because trust me, I've been there. Okay, and you don't know if you don't know. Okay, if you get what I'm saying. Okay, so starting today, I'm going to start showing you how to get your business started. So let's get into it. So I'm going to go ahead and put these glasses on because I'm going to need this because I've actually did an outline that's over there, and I need to read off of it because I know I can get excited sometimes and go off course, and I'm going to try to stay focused. Okay. Now, things you should do before you even get started. Okay. You need to create a business plan. Okay. Now, without a business plan, your business is doomed to fail because I know a lot of people will tell you out there, just get started, just get started. But that's truly not the way to go. You need to know what you want to do to some degree before you get started. Now, I know there is a learning curve with anything we do in life, and you should just get started. But how you get started is preparing yourself, not just jumping out there and just, going with the flow. Because when you do things like that, then you're, destined to get taken advantage of because there's a lot of scrupulous people out there on the internet that their only goal is just to get you to buy their products. And once you buy those products, then you'll never hear from them again. They won't even teach you how to use them. They, it's just like, hey, there it is. You bought it. You deal with it. Okay. Now, everything that I'm going to show you within this course is everything that I actually use. And I will also do some clips on the particular products that I'm using. And I will kind of guide you through those products so you won't just be left out in the blind. Okay. So like I stated before, the first thing you need to do is create a business plan. Okay. Now, the second thing you need to do is know your niche or your passion. Okay. Now, I'm going to go ahead and show you everything below it, and then I'm going to come back and state it again and explain each detail to you. Okay. So go ahead and check this out. But remember, you don't have to write it down because below I'm going to have the link where you can go back and view it again. So if you're on our Facebook group, then you'll be able to download it. But here you'll just be able to follow along on the link. Okay, so let me go ahead and show you that outline, and I'm going to go back and I'm going to explain that to you. Okay, when it comes to creating your business plan, there are three elements you need to do truly consider before you get started. Now, as you just saw, the first thing is money. How much money are you going to use to grow your business each month? Now, this is imperative because remember, this is a business, not a hobby. And as you've heard that saying before, it takes money to make money. Now, I know what you're thinking, Darryl, I may not have all that money to start a business. You can actually start with $30 a month if that's all you have to grow your business, and then progress from forward, other words, just progress from that. Now, the other thing you're going to need, as stated, is time. You need to be able to dedicate some time to your business. If it's like, 4 days a week or 5 days a week, you need to commit yourself to time. And I don't care if that's just an hour or 2 hours or 3 hours, okay? Each day that you need to commit to growing your business. Because remember, this business is like a child, and it can't progress if you don't progress. Okay. So you're going to need to be able to dedicate some time to it. Now, the third thing is you need to know what tools you're going to need to, for your business to flourish. In other words, do you need products? Do you need affiliate programs? Do you need to learn more about a service that you're going to provide? Or do you need to contract a service that you're going to provide? Okay. Those are things that you need to think about. Okay. Now, the second thing, I'm going to pull that up for you, and that's going to be your niche or your passion. Like you saw, know your niche passion. And what that actually means is your passion is something that you enjoy doing, okay? Something that you can share with the world, and you're so overzealous about it that you could either talk about it all day, or you could just do it all day, and it does not seem like work. And that's the key to internet marketing. Okay. Now, what you've probably gone through, if you've already started this, or what you've seen your family members going through, and I have to admit, I was one of those ones when I first started off, was trying to find something I could do to make extra money. And I came across like Amway, came across, 5 links and all those other things just to actually make money. But I really wasn't passionate about those things because they were just things to sell. Okay. Now, if that's the case, you could do that on a regular job. Okay. And just go and do that. And as you know, for some of you, you may even hate your job, and you hate doing what you're, doing that particular job. So why continue to do something on the internet that you're actually doing in the real world that's not going to sustain you? So you need to know your niche, as it's called your passion. Okay. So the first thing is, know what you're passionate about. Okay, what is it that you're passionate about? Because that's going to make a big difference, okay, on how you market on the internet. Now, the second thing is do more research about your niche or your passion, because you kind of always want to know just a little bit more than just the average person. Now, that's not to say that what you know now is not more than what everybody else knows, because there are a lot of people that don't know what you know, and those are going to be your followers. But the more you do know, the more followers you're going to get, because you're going to hit on something that they don't know about. Okay, that's why I stated in this whole tutorial, I am actually targeting people that are just beginning internet marketing, okay, to kind of take them from A to Z. Well, not kind of, but take them from A to Z and understanding internet marketing. Okay. Now, the third one is make sure you're doing something in your niche that is marketable, and that's something that everybody enjoys. Not everybody, but your niche enjoys. Okay. Or something that you can make a profit with, because if your passion is stalking people, then you probably, well, you might, because you got some stalkers out there, and that whole show, what's that show in Dallas that they have cheaters? That's based on stock. So you can basically do anything, but you want to find something that people are interested in, that you can actually market either a service or a product. Okay, now let's go to the next one. Now you need to KHW your marketplace and traffic source. And I know what you're thinking. What is KHW? That's your knows, your hows, and your whats. Okay. Now, as you saw there, you need to know what type of person you're going to target. And what I mean by that, let me just tell you a little bit about what I do, just a little bit. Now, I actually sell a product for investors, and what this product does is basically help them calculate their project. So when they're looking to buy a new home, this system will take them from the beginning to the end and to help make an offer and calculate an offer and all that kind of great stuff. Okay, now when it comes to that, now I know I cannot sell that product to a 15-year-old child who's just thinking about skateboarding and Nintendo games or whatever the case may be. That's not my market. Okay, so you need to find out what your market is and how you actually find out about your market. If you're selling an affiliate program, then you can actually talk to the person that actually offers the program, and you can ask them what are the demographics for this particular product or service, who buys it more, other words, and then you go from there. And that's basically how I found out what particular demographic buys my product more. And that's the know. Okay, now the how, you need to know how wide is your niche or your service. Okay, you need to know how wide that is. And what I mean by that, like say for instance, if you are selling, let's just say for pots and pans. Okay, how wide a range is that? Are you just going to be able to just sell pots and pans, or are you going to do cooking to show how those pots and pans work? Or are you that going to go with a cookbook? Is that going to go with some other things? You need to know the range of that, okay, and how wide you can actually make that expound, because that's actually going to be the longevity of your business. Because you could take a person from one point to another. You don't want to just take them to the first point and then drop them off. Other words, meaning they buy one product and then they're gone. What you want to try to do is, if they buy pots and pans, then you want to try to sell them a cookbook. If you sell them a cookbook, then you probably want to try to sell them a cooking course on a particular item of that sort. Okay, now the third one is what platform are you going to use to promote your product or service? Okay, now as you've seen on YouTube, which you're watching right now, there are a lot of people talking about makeup. There's a lot of people talking about a lot of different things. Okay, and that's the passion and that's their niche. Okay, and they're using that as a platform. Now some people just use Facebook and they create groups. Okay, and then you also have Pinterest that are more into pictures. So you have a lot of different platforms you can actually use to grow your niche. Okay, now the next thing we're going to talk about is your demographics hangouts. Okay, so I'm gonna let you see that and I'm gonna come right back to you. And what I mean by that, for those of you that really don't have a lot of money to invest in traffic, this is just a great way to get started. Now, you need to know where to go and find people that may be interested in what you have to offer, especially if you have a blog. Now, if you're just selling products and stuff like that, which I know a lot of people just like to do, they're not into starting a blog, but I'm going to tell you the difference between those two. Starting a blog gives you a little bit more longevity. Now, you can actually sell a product, but you would actually need a lot more money to put into that product to advertise on AdSense and eBay and different networks that will show your products and services. So a lot of times I do suggest that you start a blog because that will grow your following and that will also grow your brand. Okay. So when it comes to your demographics, I'm looking up here now, excuse me. Now, nowhere to find your know to find your prospects on social media, other words. And how I can explain that is, you know that you have Facebook, you have Twitter, you have Pinterest, you have Periscope, you have YouTube, which you're looking at right now. Those are a lot of different platforms you can actually use. But what a lot of people don't know is what platform suits a particular product or service better. Okay. Now you can Google what platform does, like, say for instance, we'll just say guys that are into computers and IT and all that kind of stuff, and Google will tell you what platform those guys generally go to. And I already know that's generally LinkedIn. You know, they generally go to LinkedIn. Or investors, they generally, you know, they're at LinkedIn, but they're also there on Facebook as well. So you need to know where your potential leads or your patrons or your followers are. And you can actually go after them that way and find them by groups, because I know Google Plus has groups. Also, Facebook has groups, and now LinkedIn has groups too. They started that maybe like 2 years ago. They have those as well. And you can kind of go and target those groups of individuals for whatever particular niche that you're in. Okay. Now the how, I already said the no. The how is, how will you get their attention? Okay. Well, just like I'm doing right now, trying to get your attention is by doing a video. Now, some people use Google Hangouts and they do little webinars, and that's coming for me too in the future. I'll do some webinars as well, but also people use Periscope. Now, and then you got people that use Pinterest. Now, Pinterest is basically pictures and stuff like that, and that demographic is mostly women, but you like I said before, if you saw some other videos, there are men that are there as well, and they post those pictures up of either products or services or funny little things linked back to their websites. Okay, so you have a lot of different platforms you can actually use. Now the what is, what are you going to do to keep them following and buying from you? Now, how you do that is you let them know who you are. Okay, you let them know who you are and how in depth you are about that passion and how much information you have about that passion. And it lets them know who you are as an individual in a certain niche or passion. And then they can trust you and know, okay, well, this person knows what they're talking about. And I feel like they'll lead me down a right path. Now, don't get it twisted. You know, everybody's not going to feel that you are the right person to lead them. And that's okay, because everybody has their own style. Excuse me. Sorry about that. Everybody has their own style. Okay. And just like, I'll just put it like this way. There are some teachers you went to in school that you learned more from than you did the others, because there was a certain style in the way that they taught that you could relate to. And that actually happens in real life. So brush it off. Don't get worried if someone doesn't like you. And I'm going to tell you something funny. When I first started off, some guy told me how bad I was. And he told me that I was thinking that I should get off the internet and that get off of his group or whatever the case may be, or he'll have me blacklisted or whatever. He was just like really, really, really upset with me. And the first thing I thought was, wow, I made it. I got somebody's attention. So, but just saying that you're going to get people's attention either in a good way or a bad way, but you're going to still get their attention. You want to hold the attention of those that could possibly, like I said before, be a lead or be a potential customer. Okay. Now, I'm going to wrap this up right now because I've kind of gave you all my tips for the day, and then it's going to follow next Friday. Now, as I stated before, there will be there will be a link at the bottom here if you're on YouTube to go back and see all of those tips that I gave before, and it'll just keep going and keep going as this little study group continues, so you can see it there. But I'm also going to ask you to go ahead and join our group, because not only will you get tips from me, we have some actual mentors there that could help you as well. Now, if you've been here, if you listen to this far, go ahead and subscribe, because what that'll do is every time it comes out on Friday, you'll get a notification either on your phone, which most people do if they're connected with the Gmail account. You'll get that on your phone, or you'll get it on your computer, and it'll, come up and you can actually see it at your leisure. Okay. Now, this is the end, and I just want to say thank you for joining me here at One of a Kind by Design, and you have a wonderful day.